Alrighty, hi everybody. So this is Drea. Um, so something I really wanted to talk about today was so many people think that hormones are this insta fix and it's this amazing thing, which it is. Do not get me wrong, it is purely amazing. I am so happy I'm on hormones. I am 2 days away from being 2 months on hormones. But here's the thing. So there's a lot that you can do pre-transition that will get you where you want to be in your transition. So there's a lot of different aspects of transitioning. Like, yes, hormones help a lot. Hormones do a lot, and it does make life a lot more I guess livable. But you're still going to have, in your early stages of transition, you're still going to have a lot of dysphoria. You're still going to have a lot of aspects of you that you really don't like. So what I want to talk about is a couple of the things that I did pre-transition, pre-hormones, pre-everything, um, to really get me where I wanted to be. Because there is a lot of things you can do before you start hormones to get you to the place that you want to be. So, firstly, you want to start really, really getting your makeup down because that's everyday thing. That's every day that every female struggles with is their makeup. So, one thing you can do is just watch YouTube videos, learn how to do makeup, really practice and practice your makeup because in your early stages of transitioning, like makeup is key for everything you do. Makeup is key for pretty much everything, literally. The other thing that you can do is you can start training your voice because hormones, unfortunately, do not really affect the voice very much. So you can really start to get your voices in those high tones, really feminize your voice. Another thing you can do is really get down the female attributes from actual females, watching females and how they talk and how they interact with people. The other thing you can do is really take care of your skin. I moisturize my face daily. I put lotion on, which makes my skin a lot softer, which females do have softer skin. Some people decide to do electrolysis before hormones, which is also another really good thing if you're waiting on and you have some extra money around, because electrolysis is the only permanent hair removal. And it's something that, regardless of being 2 years on hormones, 2 months before hormones, 2 years before, 2 years after, you're going to still have to do it. So you might as well just start doing that. That's an easy part of your transition that you can do super early on. Another thing that you can do, there are ways to feminize your body as a male. Because what it is even if you do look a little bit more buff from working out and everything, that's not a bad thing because you will lose that muscle definition. And when you have that tone and pretty body, like it's going to turn into even prettier bodies, you know? So it's kind of a give and a take right there because it is a lot easier to, excuse me, to lose weight as a male. And that's just how it is. So the other thing is just like really learning how to push up your boobs, really learning how to dress yourself and how females dress. And because I mean, a lot of times people see what some girl wears and then they try and wear it. And the thing about that is, as a female, as any type of human, it's impossible to match someone's body style. So something that looks amazing on someone may not look good on you. And you have to really experiment because we haven't grown up being able to dress how we want, being able to put on makeup, being able to do all of these things. Some of us have, but a lot of us haven't. So it's a learning process. It's just like when you were a little kid, learning to be an adult, learning to be who you are, and it takes time. And that's what a lot of people kind of have a problem with because it does suck not being who you are. It really does. But you have to imagine, like, this is part of who you are. You don't get to change this. So you might as well embrace it. And how I see it and how I live every day is every day I wake up, I'm closer to being who I am. I'm closer to finishing my transition. I'm closer to, everything, and pre-hormones. I'm like, okay, I'm another day closer to being able to start on my hormones. And it was just such a freeing feeling, finally getting to that point where I was okay with who I was, regardless of where I was at in my transition, regardless of what I was doing, that I finally was okay with being me. And that's a huge part of it. And a lot of times we kind of lose that in our transition because we see so many people that are further in their transition and we're like, oh my God, I want to look like that. And the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of times that that's not what you're going to look like. You have to have a realistic view of your transition. And I mean, it sucks to say because honestly, like, I want to look like Gigi Gorgeous, but there's no way humanly possible that I will have that physique because she is smaller built even before her transition than I was. So I will never be that tiny little pretty blonde. With that being said, I can still be very fit and very attractive and very curvy and very pretty in my own way. And you have to learn what makes you pretty and what attributes you have that make you beautiful. And yeah, so that's a huge thing for a lot of us that are transitioning is a lot of times we put ourselves in situations and put ourselves in this unrealistic grasp of who we are and who we could be. And it's not a bad thing to strive to be like someone. It's not a bad thing to strive to have a physique like someone because, Gigi Gorgeous is my motivation. And I work out every day to get to a point where I am skinny enough, where I am as close as I'm going to ever get to being that small. But that being said, I'm so happy with my body. I've become so in love with being able to be who I am and really accept who I am. So those are just some things to do pre-transition and before you transition, because I know a lot of times, like, we don't know exactly what to do when we're transitioning and in our early stages, and it kind of sucks. So there's my little tidbit.